Good evening, good evening, good evening. I'm so ready to share this. So ready. Hey, Jasmine. Go ahead and share. Go ahead and share. Wait just a few more seconds to a minute. Then I get to release this whole entire thing. Because the day has been like mind-blowing, amazing type of day. Yep, share it to the groups, share it with your mama, share it with your friends, share it with whoever. Like they are going to really need to hear this, especially those who are very weak in their faith or who are wondering if they're hearing God when He has told them to do something, and then they're not really sure. Like, I'm not sure this is really you, God. I want to make sure it is, but they are definitely going to want to hear this. So just keep on sharing, inviting people. Like I said, anybody who is weak in the faith, who feel like they think they're hearing from God and they're not really sure, who want to believe God told them something, they're still not sure. Like, this is definitely for them. Definitely for them. But a few more seconds. Thought I knew how to. Nope, I don't. Alright, so we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So, if you were watching my last video I did, which was like Watch God Provide Part 1, I was very vulnerable and sharing what was going on. I was sharing how February, I believe it was February or March. I'm not sure, but it was either February or March. If you were watching the last video, I was saying how I really felt and believed that God was telling me to go to this transformation conference, which is hosted by Transformation Church, which is by Pastor Mike Todd, which I believe most people know him, and he's been gone viral plenty of times and everything. And for a while, I was strong in the faith, like, oh yeah, we're going and everything, like, woohoo, we're going. And then the months go by, and then I kind of forget about it, and then it's now August, and I remember, like, hey, that conference is like in September. I kind of need to figure something out if he really wanted me to go and everything. So I was explaining all of that in the first video. So if you haven't seen that video, make sure you watch that so you can understand the big gist for this video. And I think last thing I was pretty much saying was the fact of I'm stepping out on faith. I was like, I don't have no ticket. I don't have no way to get there. I was like, I don't have any financial means to get there. But if God really told me I'm supposed to be going, then it's going to happen. If not, then I'm just making myself like a fool in front of everybody online. So that's what that was like the last part I did in the video, and I said that I would be either making a video saying, I was a fool, that wasn't God, or I would make a video saying, God is amazing, He's a provider, and look what happened. And that's exactly what this video is all about. So it was probably like 2 weeks ago, maybe, I'm not really sure. I think it was like 2 weeks ago. They had posted, the church conference had posted the fact of how much their tickets was going to be. And for probably about 2 days, they were like going to be for like $119 some dollars, something like that, which was like the cheapest going to be until the actual conference. So I'm like, all right, cool. I'm going to put my faith in all of this. I'm going to be like, all right, God, I'm believing I'm getting the money for these tickets. I don't know where it's coming from, but I'm believing I'm going to get it. And I'm going to get the tickets in this time frame, which was a Monday and Tuesday. So I was checking my phone like almost every 5 minutes, waiting for some notification from either PayPal, Cash App, something saying like, hey, you received da 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 da. I was so strong on that, And yeah, Monday, Tuesday goes by and nothing happened. So Wednesday morning, I'm just like, okay, Lord, what's going on? Like, you told me I'm going. I'm confused now. Like, what's happening? I don't want to tag nobody up in this video. That's weird. What's happening? I wasn't doubting, but I'm just like, I need some direction. What's going on? And he literally, when I was praying, I heard Psalms, and then I heard, it was like these 3 words, but I knew it was like a King James version because the word thou was in it. So I was like, I have no idea what that verse is. I Google it and I end up finding the verse. Pretty much was saying, be in expectation of the Lord, be of good courage, be in expectation of the Lord, and everything. So I was like, wow, that was a fast answer to a prayer and everything. Like, I prayed that prayer, and then I sat quiet, and that's the first thing I heard, and that was the exact answer to my prayer and everything. So I'm just like, all right, cool, that's what's up. So it kind of helped get my faith back up. Like, all right, you did tell me to do this, then I'm a go for it and everything. So I started like fasting. I was like, all right, I'm gonna fast and cut back from social media, da da da. And I think it got to either that Friday, I believe. Yeah, it was that Friday. And I knew at the same time, I didn't think I was supposed to be fasting that, because I don't know. I didn't know why I was fasting. I knew I was fasting to get the tickets and to keep holding on and with my faith. So my husband came home, and I was like, man, I got a question. He was like, what's up? So I was like, I'm fasting and everything. Am I fasting correctly? Like, is this something I should be doing? And pretty much it was a no. And he was saying, true faith comes in when you're near the deadline. It's easy to say months in advance, or months before it happens. Oh yeah, we got faith that, this is going to happen and that's going to happen and da da da. But when it's 11:59 and that bill is due at 12 a.m., do you still have that same faith you had 2 months ago when you knew you still need to pay that bill? And most of the time, we don't have that same exact faith. We're just like, okay, Lord, it's 11:59. Where you at? But 2 months ago, we were like, man, he gonna provide. He this, he that. Hallelujah, amen, the whole shebang and everything. But once we get to our deadline, let me change it to our deadline. Then it's okay, God, can you still do this? When He's been providing all this whole entire time and everything. So he was like, our life. And our life, our marriage has not been no normal type of life. It's always been this huge faith journey type of thing where we just don't really have a normal life at all and everything. So I was like, all right, you're right, cool. So I stopped fasting, got back on social media because I realized, my faith is strong. Like, I know what God says. I know I'm going there. I may not know how, but it's going to happen type of thing. So that following week, which I believe was early. No, it was last week, around like that Friday or Thursday, something, I'm not sure. came across this passage in Luke. And in that passage, pretty much, there was a funeral procession happening, and a widow was taking her son to the graveyard, pretty much. Like, they had the pallbearers, they were just carrying him to the grave. And Jesus shows up on the scene, and he touches the pallbearers, and they stand still. And so he's telling the son, like, get up. He's not dead no more. So he rises up, he's back to life and everything, and, the mom, is, of course, is happy, stuff like that. And it had me thinking the fact of, that man was dead. That woman, his mom probably prayed the whole time, like, Lord, heal my son, or save my son, etc., etc. But in the physical time realm, he was dead. She's like, all right, I guess it wasn't meant to be. I guess my prayer got answered this way, and da-da-da. But not knowing Jesus was going to show up a few days later and rise from the dead, answer her prayer, if that was her prayer and everything. So it showed me we can't have a timeline or a deadline on our timeline or our way of thinking and everything. Like, we have to be thinking his way, not our way, because if we do it by our way or our deadline, then a lot of times things are just not going to happen and everything, because it's all by his time and not ours. So I was thinking about that, and I'm just like, man, I don't know, that really struck me somehow. Like, okay, so I shouldn't be going by my deadline when it comes to getting these tickets and figuring out a way of getting there and all this other stuff. So that Saturday, a friend of mine, Heather Lindsay, had came down here for this event. Most of y'all probably know who she is, but she's very popular woman teacher and everything. So she wanted to go, but she didn't have no ticket. So she was like, all right, well, I guess I'm not going. She wakes up Saturday morning, 7 a.m., and God tells her, go to the event. So she was like, I don't got no ticket, but okay. Which is a very key thing that helps us know. You have to know God's voice when he's trying to tell you to do something. Because if you don't know God's voice, you can be doing some crazy off the wall things, claiming it's God and it's really not. But if you do know God's voice, you can be doing some crazy off the wall things, but he's going to be behind those things, and people be like, okay, God was with you, because only God can make that happen. So you have two different situations that could easily happen and everything. So she goes, she stands in the parking lot for a little bit. She goes inside. She kind of goes back out and everything, because she didn't really know how to get in there. All no tickets. She didn't look like she was stealing. So the thing started at 11. She got there about 10:45. It is now 12 o'clock. She's still outside. No ticket. No way getting in. And she's hearing them, do different games and stuff like that. So now she's getting hungry. So now she's like, all right, well, I might go get me something to eat. She leaves. Then she gets a phone call saying, hey, we have 2 extra seats here. Come back in here. Turns back around, and she goes in to the event with no ticket and was able to get the word that she needed to hear for her next couple of months that she's going to be going through and everything. So when I was hearing that, and then hearing the whole story in Luke, I was just like, man, like, it really increased my faith. Like, it really, really did. And I was praying, I believe it was like that Sunday or Monday, something like that. I was like, you know what, Lord, I wouldn't be surprised if they run out of tickets. And if they do run out of tickets, then I'll be fine with that, because I know I'll still be going no matter what. Like, it's still happening. I'm still going to be going. Like, it is what it is type of thing. I wake up, I believe the next day, I was on our prayer line and everything. And so I checked Instagram, and the first thing I see was, we have sold out of tickets. And I literally got hyped. I was like, yes, like, they sold out of tickets. That's what's up. Because in my head, I knew immediately God has to come through. I knew immediately this was God's way to say, I am God. I'm still Alpha and Omega. I'm still beginning and can't nobody stop me. I don't care if they say don't got no tickets. I can make one come up just like that. So I'm just like, yo, that's what's up. That's what's up. And everything. I had such an overwhelming sense of peace. I was hyped as a mug. I was joyful. I'm on the line like, yo, they ran out of tickets. Like, that's awesome and everything. Now, the fleshly me would have been like, that's not great. You know, like that's not good to be running out. Where's mine at? You know, like that's not good and everything. But I was so at peace. I was so calm. And the last time I felt that at peace was when I was going to get my license and the car was breaking down and everything that I explained in the other video. And before that, it was when it was like my last semester of college, and I had no money to pay for a dorm, and I called the school saying drop my dorm, not knowing where I was going to be staying at for that semester. And I was at such peace, such joy and everything, and it was that same exact peace I had those last 2 times. So I knew, like, okay, this is all God, because who's at peace to drop their housing the last semester and they don't even know where they're staying at? Even the lady was like, are you sure? I was like, I'm sure. Drop my housing, you know, but I was at peace, you know. Car breaking down. All right, I'm still getting my license, you know. Tickets sold out. All right, cool, bet. I'm still going and everything. So so after that, I was just hyped. So after the prayer line, I called my friend. I was like, we're still going. Like, I'm going regardless, but I'm gonna need you to come along, because I knew my husband couldn't take out work and everything to come along with me. So she was like, all right, cool, I'll come along with you. And I was like, even though we don't have no ticket, I'm gonna still show up. Like, that's how much I knew God was telling me to go, which is why it's very important, like I said earlier, to know that it is God that is leading you. Because if it's not God, you're gonna be in some crazy situations because it wasn't him. You're gonna try to put his name on it. But if it is God, you're gonna be in some crazy situations, but he will be backing you up with it, you know, showing his power throughout the whole entire thing. Yep, peace that surpasses all understanding, because I do not understand that peace at all. At all. But so all of that happened. She was like, you know, all right, cool. I was like, so now we just pretty much got to change our prayer too for the financial means to come through, because we're gonna be driving there. And the good thing is my husband works for Enterprise, so I get a huge discount off of renting a car. It's just that no matter who it is, whether it was him, me, family member, friend, you still need that $200 deposit. Like, no matter what, they can't let that go. It's like, we really still need that, regardless of if you're the CEO, you still need that deposit type of thing, security. So that, and getting like an Airbnb, because you know that's a lot cheaper than a hotel nowadays. So those are the main 2 things. You know, we good on food. You know, it was just those 2 things. So that was literally like a few days ago, and I didn't think much of it. I'm just like, you know, it's money gonna come. I ain't worried about it. The conference is now about or less than 2 weeks away. It's like 10 days away, I believe, something like that. So I ain't paying no mind. You know, like I said, everything's sold out. You know, everybody online, on Instagram, Facebook, even on the YouTube comments of his videos, everybody's trying to figure out, you know, well, is there a way I can still get tickets? They're making posts. The church is making posts saying, this is our reaction. Y'all ask, can we still get a ticket? You know, can we figure out some way? And this is face where it's just like, nothing. We're not doing nothing for you to get no ticket. Like, that's how crazy it is. A lady from Africa flew in literally yesterday to make the conference. And the conference, like I said, it's like 10 days away, about 2 weeks away and everything. And she's already here. She's just waiting. Like, that's how major this thing is and everything. So this morning, I was just, you know, chilling, not really paying mind, anything like that. And I get this notification on my phone, and it's on Instagram. And this girl comment my name. Apparently, I had comment on some post on the transformation thing. And, you know, I don't know what exactly I said or something like that. But she was like, hey, do you still need a ticket? Because I'm not going to be able to go to it and everything. So I was like, yeah. She was like, all right, cool. DM me your email address and I'll just email you everything. So I did. And she's sending me everything. She's sending me the confirmation that she received when she bought her ticket. She's sending me the email they sent when they have changed the venue location. She's sending me the email that has actual ticket information where you can go in, edit everything, choose your lab days, which is apparently on day 2 where you get to go to different groups of whatever your choice is and learn whatever that topic is for that day and everything. So she was sending me all of that. You know, then she was sending me the screenshots that was going on between her and the church, when she will be messaging the church conference and everything, saying that hey, I'm not able to make it. Can you, is it what I need to do? And they told her, like, hey, just give your ticket away for free or sell it. And I was telling a friend of mine, I was like, if it was the other me, I would have. You could make a hefty profit off these tickets. Let me tell you, like, that's how valuable these tickets are. Like, that's how many people are trying to show up. And I know people are going to show up there without no ticket, because I was one of them. But I knew God told me to go, but I knew there were going to be some people where God didn't tell them to go. They're going to still try to show up and put God's name on, and it just wasn't going to work. Like, that's how valuable these tickets are. So when I checked the account she gave me, that ticket value at that time was worth $149. Now, when she had bought it, it showed that she got it at a discount. But people are literally, like, selling their tickets. Like I was saying, I would have probably tried to get a profit off of that thing. Like, people would pay an arm and leg just to get that ticket. Like, that's when I'm trying to get y'all to understand. That's how big this whole entire thing is and everything. So, I inboxed it back like, man, like, thank you so much. God bless. Like, you didn't even understand what you just did, like, and it still did hit me. She's like, hey, no problem. Like, it wasn't no big deal. Like, yeah, I spent $100 some dollars, and well, she only spent actually $99, but I spent that amount to get this ticket, and now I can't go. I'm not gonna give it away for free. Like, it's funny because the same way my friend had paid for a ticket for something that happened last year, but she didn't get to that event. She was going to a Heather Lindsay event the same way. This girl, it paid for a ticket that she thought it was for her, but it was really for me. Like, she paid for me and doesn't realize, like, she doesn't know nothing about me. She doesn't know where I came from. Nothing. Come to find out, she's from North Carolina, like, almost the same area that I'm from, like, but she don't know nothing about me, but yet she's sold, like Pam said, she's sold into me going to this conference. So I don't know what's going to happen there. I don't know how my life's going to shift. But it's apparently going to be something huge. And she was a part of that. And she doesn't even realize, like, how huge this really is and everything. So she was like, hey, it's no problem. If you got any problems, email the church. I'll keep sending you stuff if they send me anything. So I'm going in, changing her information to my information, signing up for the different groups and everything. And I'm looking at, like, my name is on this. Like, I got one. Like, this is crazy. I actually have one. Like, what? I actually have a ticket. This is the same conference where I just said in the video a few weeks ago, I may be a fool for God for even believing he's telling me to go, and there's no way possible that I can. Like, but it's just like, when he's telling you to do something or he's telling you to go somewhere, nothing is going to stop him. It doesn't matter. No death, no life, nothing, no storm. Like, he's in control. Nothing is going to stop him at all whatsoever. So I'm still sitting there, like, I'm looking through everything like, let me exit out and go back in and see my name still up there. It still is up there. Let me exit out again and do it again. And it's still there. I'm just like, what? Like, that, I would have never known. So I hit up my cousin, and she was like, it's amazing because the whole entire time, you were so concerned with trying to get a ticket at that $119 value, and God sent on the throne, like, I'm trying to get this to you for free. Like, don't put me in a box, man. Like, don't put me in a box. I'm trying to get this to you for free, so you don't got to do nothing. And the funny thing is, a friend of mine, after I did the last video, they were like, why didn't you just ask, if anybody wanted to donate everything? I was like, because I wasn't led. And I knew God wanted me to let him do everything so people can see that God knew there was going to be some naysayers, like, she ain't going, like, this ain't going to happen. Like, she really is a fool for Christ. Like, she ain't going, how she going to go to something that she ain't got no money, she ain't got this, that. He wanted to prove to them the fact of, it don't matter the situation, it don't matter nothing like that. But when he said something, his word does not return void. So when you speak out against what he's saying, oh, you in some heavy water, some heavy, deep, troubled water and everything. So I was like, I wasn't led to say anything. I was like, if somebody asked me, like, hey, I want to donate, then I will be like, yeah, sure, but I'm going to say nothing. because he really wanted to get the glory for this whole entire thing. He wanted to get, I couldn't get no glory at whatsoever. And I knew that because after I did a video, probably like the next day, I personally started asking people that I knew that was close to me, like, hey, you want to help donate into me getting this ticket and everything? And they were like, yeah, sure. People were donating. And I was short about, I want to say $60 some. Yeah, about $60 some. And I was hyped. I'm just like, man, $60 some left and I can get this ticket. And then God sent somebody was like, we need help paying for something. And I was like, all right, yeah, sure. A split second of me was like, no. Like, it was literally a split second where it was just like, no, but what? Sure, yeah, I'll help you, pay for this and everything. And then something else happened. And then, oh yeah, I wanted to, we had a huge Engage Culture weekend, celebrating our church anniversary. So it was a crazy long weekend. I didn't get back to my house at like 5:30 Sunday morning and had to get like the kids ready to head back to church. Like, it was crazy. So the little bit that I did getting everything, I was like, I haven't ate, haven't drunk anything. I need to get something to eat. So I was like, I'm just going to go to McDonald's, get some breakfast. And the money I got, God was like, just put in an offering. It was just like, that means I gotta use this other money for gas then, So literally that whole fund, like, it's at zero. All the money I was able to receive to try to get to that ticket, he took that all out. He was like, you're not getting no credit, no glory. Nobody's taking this from me. Like, nothing, zilch whatsoever, nada. And he took that all out. So I'm literally at zero. And he was like, all right, now I can work. Okay, now give her that ticket. Like, that's how he works and everything. That's why I'm glad I didn't publicly on the video say, but hey, if you wanted to give and donate, then you can go ahead. Like, he was, And it still kept blowing my mind, the fact of an hour or so later, I was back on Instagram again, and I see that same person had commented to somebody else 20 hours ago saying, because this person was like, man, I wish I could make it. I'll just be there in spirit. She was like, hey, I have a ticket for you. You can just have mine. 20 hours before she hits me up. Meaning, when God has your name on something, it don't matter who else is trying to get it. They can't get it. No matter what. They cannot get it. At all. Nothing absolutely can stop it. So that tells you right there, there's nothing to really worry about. There's nothing to stress about, because if your name is on it and he put it there, you can take your slow time walking to get your thing. It doesn't matter how fast somebody else trying to get there. It doesn't matter how much stronger they are. It don't matter, because it's yours. Nobody can take it away. Nobody can stop you. Nothing. God is like, that's for my daughter right there. No, that's for my son. Like, y'all can try to hurry up and get that, but it's not going to work. Like, it's just mind-blowing how everything worked out. The fact that she hit that person up 20 hours ago, and they could have easily had what I was supposed to get, but because God put my name on it, it's like, they can't get that. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, yeah, he definitely, all that just to say, he has definitely blown my mind, provided out of, I can't even think or talk right now, but it's mind-blowing. It is definitely mind-blowing. I'm learning now to not put him in the box, even though I know not to do that, but now I'm just like, okay, God, what else you have in store for me? So now it's like, oh, we going, and only thing left is, the car and a spot to stay, and that's easy to find an Airbnb. Like, that's not even a big, right, Pam? That's not even a big deal, So, I am allowed to say now, because y'all have gotten to see and hear what God has been doing and realize what's actually happening and everything. If you would like to donate towards the car or the spot or in general or whatever, you are allowed to do that, and you can. Just comment or inbox me, and I'll just give you the information and everything. But yeah, he is definitely working. I'm excited to make part 3 of the video for when I get back to explain why it was so important for me to get there, to explain how God moved, to explain who we met, to explain what the word was, to explain all, to explain everything, because they're not even telling who's coming to speak, because they said that they don't want people to want to come because of the speakers. They want you to come because you want to hear a word from God. And you don't hear that often. You don't hear people saying that. Like, you usually get to know, oh, my legs, you usually get to know who's coming and everything. Like, that's usually the case and everything, but they're not doing that. They're like, we don't want you to know who's coming. You know, it could be somebody really, really famous, but they're not going to tell you, because they don't want you to come for them. They want you to come because you need to hear a word from God, because God wants you there. Not because so-and-so is coming and this singer is coming and this person is coming. Like, they're not saying a thing. They're just like, to show up because you believe God wants you there and to get that word, whatever that may be. So, like I said, he will provide no matter what. It doesn't matter what you think God is telling you to do. Because, like I said, I was going to show up regardless, with or without a ticket. I was going to show up there and just be like, look, I can hear the voice of God. You know, like, I ain't crazy. I'm here. You know, y'all may not believe me or not, but I'm getting up in that building, you know. But I didn't have to do all that extra stuff. Thank God. But yeah, he's definitely a provider. He's definitely, man, he's going to continue to work things out. So it doesn't matter what he's calling you to do, you know. And I don't know what he may be calling you to do, you know. Like, it could be like, hey, I want you to leave this job. I want you to apply for this job, even though you only have a high school diploma, but yet they want somebody that has a 4-year degree plus experience. And you're just like, that is impossible, Lord, because I only got a high school diploma. I don't have a 4-year degree. I don't have any experience. But he's saying apply, you know. And what are you going to do? Are you going to apply and believe that you know God for yourself, that you have a relationship with him? Because it says, my sheep know my voice. If you say you're his sheep, then you know his voice, and you will know that he's telling you to apply. Or whatever it may be, you know, like, just go. You know, like I said in the other video, you're either going to be foolish because it won't him, or you're still going to be a fool for Christ because people are going to be like, why would you want to follow Christ? Like, either way, people are going to call you a fool no matter what, you know. So it don't matter. I mean, just whatever he's calling you to do, you know, like, just go, especially if you know his voice. Now, if you don't know his voice and you're not sure if it is him or if it's not him, definitely pray. Definitely pray. And I believe he will give you that answer, you know, whether it's in his word or whether it's through somebody, he using somebody else to speak to you and everything. But yeah, he's still a provider no matter what. You know, I'm not crazy. I'm not foolish. I can say that now. Cause that first video, I was nervous. Like, I was nervous and mug, but I knew deep down, like, it was him. You know, I knew I had to be vulnerable and just, you know, say everything. Like, hey, I don't got a darn thing. You know, I don't got a dime, nothing. You know, so I'm grateful. I'm happy to be able to be used to help somebody else with their faith and everything. So that's it for right now for this part 2 of this video. And part 3 will be after the whole entire conference, and that's from the 10th through the 12th, but I'll be leaving on the 9th and getting back on the 13th. So I probably will not make that video until that Saturday the 14th or that Sunday. So one of those days. But other than that, I'll make statuses here and there to update what's been going on, etc., etc. But as in the next major video, yeah, it won't be until then. So like I said, if you want to donate, if you want to give whatever to whatever, it don't have to be for this trip, but in general, it don't matter. Just let me know, comment, inbox me, and I'll give you the information. But other than that, you know, I pray y'all have a blessed night. And just continue to, you know, keep the faith and continue to, you know, walk the journey he has for you.